Good morning everyone. Previous class we have discussed about Fourier series concepts. In this session we are going to discuss about Fourier transform. What is Fourier transform? Fourier transform is mainly used for to transfer the signal from time domain to frequency domain. From time domain to frequency domain. So before going to concepts of Fourier transform, what is the difference between Fourier series and Fourier transform? What is the difference between Fourier series and Fourier transform? The main drawback of Fourier series is that it is only applicable to periodic signals. What is Fourier series? That is the main drawback of the Fourier series. There are some naturally produced signals. So what are that naturally produced signal? Non-periodic signals or aperiodic signals, which we can't represent using Fourier series representation of a signal. To overcome this problem, Fourier developed a mathematical model to transform a signal between time domain to frequency domain and vice versa. Vice versa means frequency domain to time domain, which is called as Fourier transform of a signal. So that is a difference between there is a Fourier transform of a signal and drawback of the Fourier series and difference between Fourier series and Fourier transform. Okay, Fourier series is only applicable to the periodic signal. What is the definition of? What is the definition or what is the significance of Fourier series? Fourier series simply states that periodic signals that can be represented into sum of sinusoidal signals and cosinusoidal signals when multiplied with a certain weight. What is a Fourier transform? Fourier transform is used for non-periodic signals. The Fourier transform simply states that the non-periodic signal whose area under the curve is finite and can also be represented into integrals of sines and cosines after being multiplied by a certain weight. Fourier transform has many applications in physics, engineering, such as analysis of LTI systems. LTI means linear time invariant system, radar, signal processing, etc. The Fourier transform has many wide applications that include image compression, filtering, and image analysis, etc. So that is what is a Fourier transform and what is the difference between Fourier series and Fourier transform and applications of Fourier transform. Next topic is existence of Fourier transform or Dirichlet conditions of Fourier transform. The Fourier transform does not exist for all non-periodic signals. The conditions for a function x of t or f of t to have Fourier transform, which is called as Dirichlet conditions. So what are the Dirichlet conditions? First condition is the function f of t or x of t is absolutely integrable over the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. That is integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of x of t dt less than infinity, or integral minus infinity to infinity magnitude of f of t dt less than infinity. That is first condition. And second condition, the function f of t or x of t has finite number of discontinuities in every finite interval. The third condition, the function f of t or x of t has finite number of maxima and finite number of minima in every finite time interval. Okay. So these are the Dirichlet conditions or existence of a Fourier transform. What is Fourier transform? Fourier transform defines a relationship between a signal in time domain to frequency domain and vice versa. So mathematically, the Fourier transform of a signal is given by or defined as Fourier transform of Fourier transform of f of t is f of omega. F of t is the time domain representation of a signal and f of omega is the frequency domain representation of a signal. The Fourier transform of time domain signal f of t is given by or defined as Fourier transform of f of t is equal f of omega, that is equal integral minus infinity to infinity f of t e power minus j omega t dt and inverse Fourier transform. So inverse Fourier transform is given by or defined as f of t is equal f inverse of f of omega, that is equal 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of omega into e power j omega t d omega. F of t is the time domain representation of a signal and f of omega is the frequency domain representation of a signal. So these two signals are represented by symbolical representation. Fourier transform of f of t is equal to f of omega. Here in this equation, taking inverse Fourier transform on both sides, LHS side Fourier transform and inverse Fourier transform is cancelled, and what is the remaining term? F of t. F of t. And what is the RHS term? F of omega. Taking inverse Fourier transform on both sides, we get F inverse of f of omega. Okay. This F mean Fourier transform. This capital F mean Fourier transform of a signal. So this notation, Fourier transform of f of t is equal to f of omega. This notation may also be represented by or denoted as f of t implies f of omega. How to read this notation? Fourier transform of f of t is equal to f of omega. Okay, that is mathematical definition of Fourier transform of a signal and inverse Fourier transform of a signal. F of t is inverse Fourier transform of a signal and f of omega is Fourier transform of a signal. Fourier spectrum. See, in general, the Fourier transform of a signal f of omega is a complex and it is represented by the general representation. F of omega is equal magnitude of f of omega into e power j theta of omega. So this is general representation of Fourier transform of a signal, where magnitude of f of omega is magnitude of f of omega or amplitude of f of omega, and theta of omega is phase angle of theta of omega. So this representation is polar form representation. What is the polar form representation? R into e power j theta, where R is the magnitude and theta is the phase angle. How to calculate the magnitude? Suppose if the signal is a rectangular form, A plus JB form, how to calculate the magnitude? The magnitude is determined as under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. And how to calculate phase angle? The phase angle theta of omega is equal tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. Tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. If function f of t is a real value, f of minus omega is equal to f conjugate of omega, and magnitude of f of minus omega is magnitude of f of omega, and phase angle theta of minus omega is minus theta of omega. So this means magnitude spectrum is symmetrical about the vertical axis and the phase spectrum is anti-symmetrical about vertical axis. So anti-symmetrical means theta of minus omega is equal to minus theta of omega. Magnitude spectrum is symmetrical about the vertical axis and phase spectrum is anti-symmetrical about vertical axis. So that is concept of Fourier spectrum or Fourier spectra simply. Next, Example of Fourier transform. So now here the example of Fourier transform is find the Fourier transform for the following function shown in figure. So this is given waveform. Calculate Fourier transform of a signal. So first calculate function x of t from the given waveform. So what is the function f of t from the given waveform? From the given waveform, the function x of t is equal, what is the amplitude here? 1. So 1 is the constant. So x of t is equal to 1 for t is equal to minus 1 to 2. For t is equal to minus 1 to 2, minus 1 to 2, the function x of t is equal to 1. And remaining values mean 2 greater than t greater than 2 and t less than minus 1, function x of t is equal to 0. So this is the function x of t from the given waveform. What is the Fourier transform of a signal? The Fourier transform of a signal x of t is given by or defined as Fourier transform of x of t is equal to x of omega. Fourier transform of f of t is f of omega. Fourier transform of x of t is x of omega. Fourier transform of s of t is s of omega. Fourier transform of y of t is y of omega. Fourier transform of z of t is z of omega. Where f of t or x of t or y of t or z of t are time domain representation of a signal. X of omega, f of omega, y of omega, z of omega are frequency domain representation of a signal. So now here given data, time domain representation signal x of t is there. So the Fourier transform of x of t is given by the Fourier transform of x of t is given by or defined as x of omega is equal integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. So now here what is the function x of t from the given waveform? X of t is 1 for t is equal to minus 1 to 2. Applying x of t value into here we get x of omega is equal integral minus 1 to 2. Minus 1 to 2, what is the signal x of t? 1 into e power minus j omega t. So 1 into e power minus j omega t, e power minus j omega t. So what is the integral of e power minus j omega t? E power minus j omega t by minus j omega over minus 1 to 2. So now applying limits of t, and upper value of t is 2 and lower value of t is minus 1. Therefore, after applying the limits, minus of e power minus j omega 2, upper value of t is 2, minus e power minus j omega of lower value of t is minus 1. In the exponential term, already minus is there in the second term. So now here minus is there, minus into minus plus e power j omega n by j omega. That is equal multiplying minus with within the bracket e power j omega minus e power minus j2 omega by j omega. So that is Fourier transform of a given signal. Okay. Next, determine the Fourier transform of single-sided exponential signal. So single-sided exponential signal. So that is right-sided exponential signal or left-sided exponential signal. The single-sided exponential signal is given by or defined as x of t or f of t is equal e power minus at u of t. E power minus at u of t is the single-sided exponential signal. So now here we are considering e power minus at, that is decaying exponential signal. That is decaying exponential signal. E power minus at u of t, where u of t is an unit step signal. According to definition of unit step signal, u of t is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. So t greater than or equal to 0 means t is equal to 0 to infinity. That is right sided signal. So e power minus at u of t is exponentially decaying signal. That is right sided exponential signal. And this is graphical representation of e power minus at u of t. So this definition is already discussed in first unit concepts. So now here we have to determine Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t. Okay, the given signal x of t or f of t is e power minus at u of t. So now calculate the Fourier transform of a signal f of t. The Fourier transform of f of t is given by f of omega is equal integral minus infinity to infinity f of t into e power minus j omega t dt. So now here what is the function f of t? The function f of t is exponential signal, single sided exponential signal, that is right sided exponential signal. Substitute f of t value here, e power minus at u of t into e power minus j omega t dt. So what is u of t? U of t is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. When you applying the definition of the unit step signal, in this integration, what is the range of the time t? T is varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. When you applying the definition of the unit step signal, the range of t start from 0. The range of time t start from 0. So therefore, applying the definition of the unit step signal, u of t is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0, 0 to infinity. E power minus at into 1, e power minus at, these two exponential terms is written as e power minus of a plus j omega t. Both the terms minus t is common. So take the common minus e power minus of a plus j omega t dt. So integral of e power minus of a plus j omega t dt is e power minus of a plus j omega into t by minus of a plus j omega over 0 to infinity. So now applying ranges of limits of t. Upper value of t is infinity and lower value of t is 0. E power minus of a plus j omega into infinity. A plus j omega into infinity, infinity. E power minus infinity minus lower limit of t is 0. A plus j omega into 0, 0. E power minus infinity divided by denominator term. E power minus infinity value is 0. E power minus 0 value is 1. So that is 0 minus 1 by denominator term. 0 minus 1 minus 1. Minus minus cancel. Therefore, f of omega is equal to 1 by a plus j omega. The Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is 1 by a plus j omega. This is very important expression. So keep in mind this formula. Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is 1 by a plus j omega. Okay, this is very important expression. Keep in mind this formula. Next, calculate magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum of single-sided exponential signal. So single-sided, now here what is the single-sided exponential signal? E power minus at u of t is single-sided exponential signal. Now calculate continuation spectrum of e power minus amplitude spectrum of e power minus at u of t and phase spectrum of e power minus at u of t. How to calculate amplitude spectrum and phase spectrum? What is the general representation of f of omega? Magnitude of f of omega into e power j theta of omega. How to calculate magnitude of f of omega? Under root of real part of under square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. And how to determine phase angle? Theta of omega is equal tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. So now here, what is the RHS term? 1 by a plus j omega. So taking magnitude on both sides, there are two ways we can determine, and one way is directly taking magnitude on both sides, and second one is using rationalization. So using rationalization means that is 1 by a plus j omega. Using rationalization, a minus j omega by a minus j omega. The denominator term is a plus j omega into a minus j omega, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. Denominator factor is a square minus j omega whole square. Numerator is a minus j omega. Okay, j square value is minus 1. Already before minus is there. Minus into minus plus a square plus omega square. So this is written as a by a square plus omega square minus j into omega by a square plus omega square. In this equation, this is the real part and this is imaginary part. How to calculate magnitude? Square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Okay. The magnitude is under root of a square plus omega square and phase angle is tan inverse of omega by a. So now here magnitude is magnitude of f of omega under root of or square root of real part a square by a square plus omega square whole square plus imaginary part square minus omega square by a square plus omega square whole square. What is the LCM? A square plus omega square whole square is the LCM. What is the numerator part? A square plus omega square. So numerator and denominator 1 a square plus omega square is cancelled. And what is the remaining term? Under root of a square plus omega square. That is this one. Okay. And phase angle. How to calculate the phase angle? Tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. So now here what is the imaginary part? Minus omega by a square plus omega square. What is the real part? A by a square plus omega square. Tan inverse of imaginary part minus omega by a square plus omega square divided by real part a by a square plus omega square. Numerator and denominator a square plus omega square is cancelled, and what is the remaining term? Tan inverse of omega by tan inverse of minus omega by a. Tan inverse of minus omega by a. Okay, that is one procedure we can determine magnitude and phase angle from 1 by a plus j omega. And second one is and this is f of omega value 1 by a plus j omega. So in this equation, taking magnitude on both sides, and LHS term is magnitude of f of omega and RHS term is numerator by denominator. So magnitude of numerator divided by magnitude of denominator. So what is the numerator part? 1. So magnitude of 1 is 1. What is the denominator part? Magnitude of a plus j omega. So what is the magnitude of a plus j omega? Square root of a square plus omega square. Okay, that is this one, 1 divided by a square plus omega square. Is it clear? Next, phase angle from this equation. 1 divided by, now here a plus j omega is in the denominator. So the phase angle is 1 divided by tan inverse of omega by a. Tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. 1 at an angle of tan inverse of omega by a. So this is at an angle of tan inverse of omega by a. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So this denominator phase angle is coming to the numerator. We get negative sign. So minus tan inverse of omega by. So now here tan inverse of omega by a phase angle in the denominator. The denominator phase angle is coming to the numerator. We have negative sign. Okay, at an angle of minus tan inverse of omega by a. So that is the magnitude and phase angle of 1 by a plus j omega term. So what is the general representation? What is the general representation? The general representation of f of omega is magnitude of f of omega e power j theta of omega. So comparing these two equations, this equation and this equation, where magnitude of f of omega is under root of a square plus omega square and phase angle theta of omega is minus tan inverse of omega by a. Okay. So now draw the magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum. If omega is equal to 0, so what is the magnitude? 1 by under root of a square plus omega square. In the magnitude spectrum, x-axis is frequency, omega is varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Calculate all values of omega. From minus infinity to plus infinity, calculate corresponding magnitude values of f of omega. And similarly calculate phase angle also. So now here we are determining phase angle, we are determining magnitude values at omega is equal to 0 center point and omega is equal to minus infinity and omega is equal to plus infinity. Okay. First calculate if omega is equal to 0. If omega is equal to 0, magnitude of f of 0 is equal 1 divided by square root of a square plus 0 square. 0 square is 0. A square plus 0, a square. Under root of a square. What is the remaining value? Square under root is cancelled. Remaining value is 1 by 5. And phase angle. Tan inverse of theta of 0 is equal minus tan inverse of 0 by a. 0 by constant 0. Tan inverse of 0. So what is tan 0? Tan 0 degrees 0. So 0 is written as tan 0 degrees. So tan inverse is cancelled. Remaining value is 0. At omega, if omega is equal to 0, the phase angle theta of omega is 0. Similarly calculate if omega is equal to infinity, magnitude value, and omega is equal to infinity, phase angle value. If omega is equal to infinity, then magnitude of f of omega is 1 by under root of a square plus infinity square. Infinity square is infinity. A square plus infinity square. Infinity plus something, infinity. 1 by under root of infinity square. Square under root is cancelled. 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. At omega is equal to infinity, the magnitude value is 0. Next calculate phase angle at omega is equal to infinity. So theta of omega is equal to minus tan inverse of, now here omega is infinity. Infinity by a. So infinity by constant infinity. So minus tan inverse of infinity. So what is the value of tan 90 degrees? Infinity. So infinity is written as tan 90 degrees. So tan inverse is cancelled. Before minus is there. Minus pi by 2. Okay. Next substitute omega is equal to minus infinity. If omega is equal to minus infinity, magnitude of f of omega is 1 divided by square root of a square plus minus infinity square. Minus infinity square is infinity square. Infinity square plus something, infinity square. Square under root is cancelled. Remaining is 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. And phase angle theta of omega minus tan inverse of minus infinity by a. So minus infinity by constant minus infinity. So we know that tan inverse of minus theta minus tan inverse theta. So now we are tan inverse of minus infinity. Minus tan inverse of infinity. So before negative sign is there. Before negative sign is there. So minus into minus plus. So tan inverse of infinity. Tan 90 degrees infinity. So infinity is written as tan 90 degrees. So tan inverse is cancelled. Remaining value is pi by 2. Okay. If omega is equal to 0, magnitude is 1 by a. If omega is equal to infinity, sorry, if omega is equal to 0, phase angle is 0 degrees. If omega is equal to infinity, magnitude is 0 and phase angle is minus pi by 2. If omega is equal to minus infinity, magnitude is 0 and phase angle is plus pi by 2. So now draw the amplitude spectrum. X-axis is omega and y-axis is magnitude values of omega. So what is the range of the omega? Omega is varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. At omega is equal to 0, what is the magnitude? 1 by a, and this is 1 by a. At omega is equal to minus infinity. At omega is equal to minus infinity, what is the magnitude? 0. So 0 means on the x-axis. If omega is equal to plus infinity, what is the magnitude? 0. So 0 means on the x-axis. So this is one point and this is another point and this is another point. So connect these 3 points by a smooth curve. Connect these 3 points by a smooth curve. We get shape of the magnitude spectrum. So that is this one shown in this figure. Next, draw the phase spectrum. X-axis is frequency omega. Omega is varies from minus infinity to plus infinity, and y-axis is taken by phase angle of theta of omega. Okay, so y-axis is 0 degrees. Positive y-axis is taken by positive values of phase angle, that is 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, like that. And negative y-axis is taken by negative phase angles, minus 45 degrees, minus 90 degrees, minus 160 degrees, minus 190 degrees, like that. Okay. So now here in this example, single-sided exponential signal, that is e power minus at u of t signal, at omega is equal to 0, what is the phase angle? 0 degrees. So 0 degrees means on the x-axis. On the x-axis, center point. This is. At omega is equal to minus infinity. This is the negative x-axis. Omega is equal to minus infinity. What is the phase angle? Plus pi by 2. So plus pi by 2 means this is the point. If omega is equal to plus infinity means that is on the positive x-axis. At omega is equal to plus infinity, what is the phase angle? Minus pi by 2. This is a point. This is one point. This is another point, and this is another point. So connect these 3 points by a smooth curve, we get phase spectrum. We get phase spectrum. So this is the magnitude spectrum and space spectrum. Understand everyone this one? And similarly calculate, find the Fourier transform of the signal x of t is e power at u of minus t. Okay, similarly calculate this example. So what is the given signal? The given signal x of t is e power at u of minus t. What is u of minus t? U of minus t is the unit step signal. According to basic definition of the unit step signal, u of minus t is equal to 1 for minus t greater than or equal to 0, and u of minus t is equal to 0 for minus t less than 0. So minus t greater than or equal to 0 mean t less than or equal to 0. So subtracting on both sides, LHS side, minus into minus plus t. Okay. When you subtracting on both sides, that greater than or equal to will be converted to less than or equal to. Okay. So u of t is equal to 1 for t less than or equal to 0. So t less than or equal to 0 means what is the range of the t? Minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0. Okay. Therefore, The Fourier transform of a signal x of t is given by Fourier transform of x of t is equal to x of omega, that is equal integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t dt. So now here, what is x of t? E power a t u of minus t. Applying the given signal into Fourier transform of a signal. Therefore, x of omega is equal integral minus infinity to infinity e power a t u of minus t e power minus j omega t dt. According to definition of the unit step signal, what is u of minus t value? 1. When you applying the definition of u of minus t signal definition, the range of the t, what is the range of the t? T less than or equal to 0. T less than or equal to 0 means time t start from minus infinity. T start from minus infinity to 0. So that is minus infinity to 0 into e power minus j omega t dt. So these two exponential terms is written as e power a minus j omega into t. E power a minus j omega into t. Both the terms, both the exponential terms, t is common. So what is the integral of e power a minus j omega t? E power a minus j omega t by a minus j omega over minus infinity to 0. So now applying ranges of t. Upper value of t is 0 and lower value of t is minus infinity. E power 0 minus e power minus infinity. E power 0 is 1, e power minus infinity is 0. 1 minus 0 by denominator term. So therefore, Fourier transform of e power a t u of minus t is 1 by a minus j omega. So this is also very important formula. Keep in mind. What is the Fourier transform of right-sided signal? Right-sided signal is e power minus a t u of t. 1 by a plus j omega. So now here in this example, what is the signal x of t or f of t? E power a t u of minus t. So e power a t u of minus t is, that is also single-sided exponential signal, but that is left-sided exponential signal. Left-sided exponential signal. E power minus a t u of t is right-sided exponential signal. For right-sided exponential signal, what is its Fourier transform value? 1 by a plus j omega. And left-side exponential signal, what is the Fourier transform of a signal? 1 by a minus j omega. Okay. Similarly, calculate Fourier transform of a signal e power a t u of minus 2t. What is the previous example? E power a t u of minus t. So now here determine the Fourier transform of a signal, that is e power a t u of minus 2t signal. So similarly calculate this example. Okay. Next example, find the Fourier transform of e power 3t u of t. Find the Fourier transform of a single-sided exponential signal, that is e power minus a t u of t. Now here e power 3t u of t is also single-sided exponential signal. So calculate Fourier transform of e power 3t u of t. So what is the given signal? The given signal x of t is e power 3t u of t. We know that the Fourier transform of a signal x of t is x of omega, that is equal integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t. So now applying given signal x of t into here. Given signal x of t into here. So therefore, e power 3 2t u of t integral minus infinity to infinity e power 3t u of t e power minus j omega t dt. Now applying the definition of the unit step signal, u of t is equal to 1. When you are applying the definition of the unit step signal, the range of the t start from 0 to infinity, starting from 0 and ending with infinity. E power 3t into e power minus j omega t, these two exponential terms is written as e power 3 minus j omega into t. So integral of e power 3 minus j omega into t is e power 3 minus j omega t by 3 minus j omega over 0 to infinity. Now applying the ranges, now applying the limits of t, upper limit is infinity, e power infinity minus lower limit is 0, e power 0. So what is e power infinity value? Infinity. E power 0 value is 1. Infinity minus 1, infinity. Infinity by something, infinity. So what is the resultant value? Infinity. The Fourier transform of e power at u of t, where a is the constant. That constant may be 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, positive integer number. Okay, e power 3t u of t Fourier transform value is infinity. According to Dirichlet conditions of the Fourier transform, what are the Dirichlet conditions of the Fourier transform? One of the condition, the Fourier transform is absolutely integrable over the interval minus infinity to plus infinity. So that is integral minus infinity to infinity, magnitude of f of t or magnitude of x of t dt less than infinity. Okay, the value of the signal is less than infinity, not exactly infinity. Okay, so the less than infinity means it has some constant value. It has some constant value that is finite value. So that is absolutely integrable value. So now here in this example, what is the Fourier transform of e power 3t u of t? Equal to infinity. Equal to infinity. So e power 3t u of t is not absolutely integrable. Is not absolutely integrable. Okay, e power 3t u of t does not exist. Understand this example, previous example and this example. Next example, Fourier transform of double-sided exponential function. And previous we have discussed about single-sided exponential signal, that is right-sided exponential signal and left-sided exponential signal. So combining single right-sided exponential signal and single left-sided signal, that is called as double-sided exponential signal. So what is the mathematical definition of double-sided exponential signal? X of t is equal e power minus a magnitude of t, e power minus a magnitude of t. So magnitude means plus or minus t greater than 0. So t greater than 0 means positive values of time t. What are the positive values of time t? T is equal to 0 to infinity. T less than 0. T less than 0. Magnitude of t is minus t. Negative values of time t. What are the negative values of time t? Minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0. So when you are applying magnitude condition into here, t less than 0, magnitude of t is minus t into u of minus t. And t greater than 0. T greater than 0, magnitude of t is t into u of t. So that is equal, here already before minus is there, minus into minus plus e power at u of minus t plus e power minus at u of t. What is this? This is single-sided signal, left-sided single-sided signal. This is right-sided single-sided signal. Okay? E power at u of minus t, left-sided signal, e power minus at u of t, right-sided signal. Okay? Now find out the Fourier transform of e power minus a magnitude of t. In this equation, taking Fourier transform on both sides, LHS term is x of t and RHS term is e power at u of minus t plus e power minus at u of t. Applying Fourier transform on both sides, Fourier transform of LHS term is equal to Fourier transform of RHS term. Fourier transform of x of t is x of omega. Fourier transform of, what is the first term? E power at u of minus t. What is that value? 1 by a minus j omega. 1 by a minus j omega. And what is the second term? Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t. What is that value? 1 by a plus j omega. 1 by a minus j omega plus 1 by a plus j omega. Okay. Take the LCM. Simplifying, we get the resultant value is 2a by a square plus omega square. And similarly calculate magnitude and phase angle and draw the magnitude spectrum and phase spectrum. Okay. Thank you.